We haven't heard much about Alligator Alcatraz recently. Now, of course, the courts came in months ago and said, nope, you cannot do this. You have to shut it down. And that was the end of it, right? Like that, we don't have to deal with Alligator Alcatraz anymore. They're moving all the people out of it. Well, first off, no, they didn't. There are still people being held in that Everglades concentration camp down in South Florida. But when the whole thing was coming together, there was a big controversy over the payments because the federal government was not allowed to pay for that. So the state of Florida, my tax dollars here in Florida, anybody else who lives in Florida, your tax dollars, we had to pay for that. Okay, instead of getting new textbooks for schools, new technology for our schools, instead of investing in maybe creating, better healthcare here in the state of Florida, we got a concentration camp filled with alligators. Because Florida wants to be the cruelest state to suck up to Donald Trump. Because if we suck up to Trump and we pay for this out of pocket, he will take care of us. And that was the initial agreement. Because the federal government said, listen, legally we can't pay for this, but if you pay for it, Ron DeSantis, what we will do is we'll actually give you an extra like $600+ million through FEMA money. And then you can use that to like reimburse yourself. So don't worry, we're going to pay you back for this. Well, lawyers for the federal government informed Ron DeSantis this week that, turns out we're not going to be able to give you that money that we promised, hundreds of millions of dollars. And I know we totally told you it was going to come, but we're not going to do it. You don't get the money. Hey, we love Alligator Alcatraz. Don't get me wrong. It's a super cool place and we love our little concentration camps, don't we? But you're fucked, Ron. Thanks for building this facility, but we're not going to pay you a dime for it. Florida, as I said, has been sucking up to Trump like no other state. We have our police forces all across the state working with ICE to the point where they're not able to actually do their jobs because we have regular beat cops going on these missions with ICE while, the violent crime in Florida continues to rise. One of the few places in the country where that's actually happening. And how do we get repaid? By literally not getting repaid. DeSantis went all in for Donald Trump, and as per usual, Donald Trump abjectly humiliated Ron DeSantis. And if I didn't live in the state of Florida and those weren't my taxpayer dollars being used to build that concentration camp, I would think that this is pretty fucking hilarious. Unfortunately, that's our money creating those absolutely torturous and inhumane conditions here in the state. Skeets here says, meanwhile, not one response to natural disasters. And that is, by the way, not just the state of Florida. We are seeing that nationwide, unfortunately. FEMA is completely useless at this point, thanks to Kristi Noem. Scorpio ZA says, and DeSantis is probably totally fine with not being paid. That's the worst part. I guarantee you, he's like, well, that's okay. That's okay. Maybe we'll just pay you the money. Oh, Daddy Trump, I love you. It's pathetic. Progressive Bandito says, Meatball Ron gets played again. Love it. Thanks for watching. And if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. And do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.